Thank you. Brian, it seemed like there were a lot of defensive errors that were made in the first half. But, I wanted to get your, assessment on what you think really was the biggest challenge in not being able to pull out the win today.
Well, I think, Jada, the biggest challenge was for us to continue to play like we did after, we scored the first goal. I thought, we scored the first goal, and obviously you expect a good team that's playing at home like LAFC to raise the intensity of their performance. But, I think after we took the lead at 1-0, I thought there were many moments that, we just didn't play like we had for those first 20, 25 minutes. And then they started to get a hold of the game a little bit. And yeah, Jada, there were some defensive errors that we'll clean up. But, I just think that it was down to us not continuing to be on the front foot after we scored the first goal.
Masvida.
Yeah, Brian. Is there anything you can take away from the second half 0-0 in terms of they didn't score, you didn't score, and you actually had a couple opportunities there? Is there anything you take away knowing you got to play Tuesday?
Yeah, no, not really. I mean, look, we brought Jackson in. I thought he did a good job. We'll take a look at the lineups and formations. I want to try and get some consistency within the group because I think that's important. But it doesn't seem like we've got the right pieces yet. So we'll keep tinkering a little bit. But, what I take out of it is what you guys all know and see. And what I love about the squad is that they just never quit. Lots of teams would have packed it in and, given up, but our team never quits. So that's why they were able to put together some spells, but their Maz, it just, quality in some of those moments wasn't there tonight either.
Thanks.
I think we'll go to a couple folks in the room there. So Mickey Turner, go ahead.
Thanks, Matt. Coach, what did you see in the second half that frustrated your team as far as not having the adjustments really pan out? Was it more LAFC and what they were doing, or was it just one of those things where you just didn't really have the right pieces out there?
I mean, it's hard. Look, Will Bruin comes in and he always gives everything that he has, but as he had a run of games, Freddie comes in, and then I push Jordan up front, 2 forwards. And then Leo Chu comes in as 2 forwards, and I got to drop Nico back a line, and Freddie's the number 10. So there were multiple changes that kind of, sometimes your team, those changes work. They get a spark. I think you saw some good moments in the second half, but the cohesiveness maybe wasn't quite there, and so, I just didn't think that, some of those half chances really turned into some clear chances. But again, I'll say it again, I was proud of the team to create some of those half chances against a good LAFC team.
Reminder to media on Zoom, if you'd like to ask a question, please use the hand raise function. We'll go to next, also in the room, Paolo, go ahead.
Coach, we saw the LAFC putting a lot of pressure in our defense and our midfield. And we saw with that situation that our players gave a lot of balls away. How do you fix that, thinking on the next game with so short time for the next game?
Well, that's always been kind of one of LAFC's style, the way they play, even under Bob Bradley. They like to press higher up the field. We like to press higher up the field too, because if you win the ball closer to your opponent's goal, you don't have to go so far to score. So, certainly on the first goal, I think there was a mistake there. They put us under pressure, and, they won the ball, and it led to their first goal. So again, credit to them. What we showed our team on film, when a team presses in 4-3-3, I think the outside backs are a big factor in trying to relieve pressure. And I thought Nuhu did a great job in the first 20 minutes of getting us out of pressure. And then again, team kind of went away from that and, that's when we struggled.
Looks like one more question via Zoom. So Jada Evans, why don't you close us out?
Thanks. Brian, it's been a minute since you guys have been in this position as far as, being below the playoff line so late in the season. So how do you, make sure that that your players don't get like maybe a desperate feeling, or, how do you kind of approach these last few games, knowing that what you need to accomplish?
Well, the last set of 12 games, I think, is going to be critical. But I have faith in the team. I mean, look, this was always going to be a hard place to play, regardless of how good your team was playing. We're missing Raul's, JP, the kid. It was always going to be a hard game. And so, we'll just get back after it. We got a home game. It'll be more friendly in Lumen Field. We'll focus on Dallas. None of the rest of the games, Jada, are going to be easy. So we'll have to just, do that old coach is saying, just focus on the next game, try and get a good lineup out there. And then hopefully we can, get a good result at home. And then, we got to go on the road to Atlanta, which won't be easy. And then we'll focus on the next game. And that'll just continue till we get to the end of our season, and hopefully we're in the playoffs.